Hello, everybody, or all three or four of you. It's been a little bit since I played my last Blitz game, so this probably isn't going to go well, but I've got to get back into it at some point. All right, we've got a Slav defense, and here black often plays d takes c4, white plays a4. He didn't play that, he played h6, so I am out of book. I assume that means he wants to put his bishop on f5 and then be able to use the h7 square so that knight h4 is not anything. So maybe I should play queen c2 or queen d3. Queen c2, he might take on c4. Let's just try it, see what happens. Somehow my webcam got all screwed up again. Okay, now e4 threatens to take the pawn back, so he'll play b5. So maybe I should play a4 instead. All right, and now after e4, if he goes knight b4, I'll have to play queen to d1, and then he'll probably play knight d3, which is fine. And if he takes on c3, then I'm down a pawn, but I have a nice center. How should I take back? I think we should take back with the pawn so that the bishop can go to a3. Bishop to e6. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, because he's going to want to develop like this anyway. Alright, I think we should play bishop e2, get castled, and then try to find a way to play d5. Should also put my other rook on the b file to target b7. And I have a lot of activity from my pawn here, I think, so this is probably worth it. Maybe I should have stuck my bishop on f4 first. That would have been good. Okay, so maybe queen a2 here, and he can't defend the c4 pawn. Yeah, that looks good. And then I'm going to play bishop takes c4. Could play queen a5 to counterattack c3, but I think I'll still take on c4. That should be pretty good for me. Alright, and now that the pawn's been recovered, I think white is significantly better with this center. Queen e2, queen d3, queen a2. Oh, I've got to defend my a pawn, so let's go queen a2. And now I want to play a5, so he'll likely play that move himself. Should I try g3 and bishop to f4? Perhaps. Weakens this knight, though, so I'm not sure. Okay, let's go to a5. And then perhaps bishop to e3. And if he takes on d4, his queen will be exposed on the c file, which I can hopefully take advantage of. And this knight on d7 is not a very good piece. Yeah, that's a reasonable move, though. Perhaps I should play a6, but then I might not be able to defend the pawn later on. So let's find something else. I'm just going to make room for my king right now because I'm not sure what else to do and I'm running low on time. Knight f6, though, hits the e4 pawn. I've got to do something about that. let's go queen d2. No. What about queen c4? Because now if he takes my a pawn, he messes up his own pawn structure, so that should be okay for me. And now I can take on c5 if I want to, or I can play d5, or I can play g3 and bishop f4. Let's try that. Okay, now we kind of get a protected passed pawn here, and his bishop on g7 has been shut down pretty well. I am down a pawn, but that doesn't seem like the end of the world. Okay, let's protect the king a little bit. And if he does that, well, let's start by trading, and I could take on c5. He could pin my knight. Right, I don't really want to do that, so let's go attack his pawns. I've got to move much faster. I'm happy I'm not blundering, but I've got to move much faster. Alright, so we have a check here, and he's got to play knight to f8, and then we have bishop takes c5. And hopefully d6, d7, d8. My king is pretty well protected, so I don't have to worry about checks right now. Yeah, I think I'm just going to play d6. Okay, let's take on a7. Now maybe I'll play c4, c5. c4. If queen d7, I think I'll go queen a6. He goes queen a6, giving me the queen. Okay. All right. Hey, did pretty well for the first game back after a little bit of a break. Thank you for watching.